Hi, I'm Neil Fu on Neil Fu Talks. Today is 31st of January 2020. This is during Chinese New Year and these are 7 days of CNY, Chinese New Year. Today I'm going to talk about a different Chinese of 9 different countries in the region, especially in Asia. These Chinese would have kind of different characters, personality, even the business attributes that I have been encountering with them in terms of friends, business associate, partners, or even a new friend strangers on the street that I have been interacting with them, doing business with them, be friend with them, and also I learn things from them. First of all, I'm Chinese myself. It's strange that sometimes maybe our own Chinese would think that, hey, I think I know about Chinese. You don't have to tell me about Chinese. But in a way, there is a myth because of the history, of the historical background of each of these Chinese that they have been migrating out from Mainland Chinese. Say there was about 50 years ago, 100 years ago, even 200 years ago. Like Malaysia, we have Chinese here with 23% of the total population of 33 million people. And of course, we do speak Mandarin or Chinese that have gone to Chinese school in Malaysia. We are so fortunate that we have full streams of Chinese education from kindies even to universities. Of so-called the Greater China of Mainland China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, we are the most conserved Mandarin or Chinese-speaking nation of this Greater China. And even though Singapore had been speaking Mandarin, but many years ago, there was at least 50 years ago, the government have done away with the pure Chinese school. But of course, they are taught to be on the spoken Chinese or Mandarin. But among the Malaysian Chinese or the Chinese Malaysian here, that we do command of writing, speaking, of course listening, and even authoring books. So I have authored my first book in 2003 in the Chinese version of a different Chinese. If I were to translate, called left eye and right eyes to see Chinese. I mean literally, right? But in 2007, I have authored my English version called A Different Chinese that I put into the English words so that people can enjoy reading. And so now today I decided to put it on a video so that more people would listen and also enjoy a different Chinese in terms of its behaviors, personality, about the mindset of certain things and things like that. So yeah, maybe I will speak from Malaysia first. Malaysia, we are living in the multiracial country with our beloved friends, Malay, Indian and Chinese. Of course, we have Sabahan, we have Sarawakian is very much on the eastern side of Malaysia, so-called used to be or Borneo Island that we have come together to form from Malaya and become Malaysia after Sabah and Sarawak joined Peninsular Malaysia, Peninsular Malaya in those days. All right, here we speak many languages. Like I can command in English, I can speak in Chinese, even I can write. Also, our national language is Bahasa Malaysia, which is Malay language. And some of us, we can speak dialects. I'm Hainanese, that's why I speak the Hainan dialect of southern China. And I do speak Cantonese that are very much spoken in most of the Chinatown in the world, even in America, North America, in Australia, and places like that. But of course, with the emergence of mainland Chinese and even with the Taiwanese migrants, that the Huayu or 普通话 means Chinese that is widely spoken in Chinatown. But those days very much predominated by the Hong Kong or from the Guangdong province migrants to the Western world, that those days among the Chinese community, Cantonese were well spoken. And also in Malaysia, people do speak Fujian, also from southern China, and Teochew, even Fuzhou, and Hakka, and many more that in Malaysia that people speak Jawa for the Malay community. Of course, Tamil you have from the Indian community and Hindis. So we are in such a very multiracial community. That's why among the Chinese here in Malaysia, we do speak many languages. Always I've been putting up the joke that our Hong Kong friends that, wow, you speak so many languages. Yeah, we are well spoken with all the languages with less action. Of course, this is a self joke to us. And comparatively, Malaysian Chinese is moderate because with our multiracial community, we do embrace everybody culture, and that's why we always would have anything with our mindset that we would consider, with this piece of opinion, would it be a Chinese opinion or even a Malay opinion or Indian opinions, So we always would think widely. And also, just like we are still enjoying Chinese New Year, our fellows, people from Malay community and Indian community, we celebrate together. So in many people's eyes that, wow, Malaysia is a great country. And that's why say the mainland Chinese, you say that you are living together. Because in mainland China, they are mainly Han community. And that's why they speak one language, which is Putonghua or Chinese, or you call Mandarin. And of course, they have the dialects, but very much as a Chinese dialects. And they have one culture, one nation, one culture, one language. That's why they would think in a way more simple, among mainland Chinese. Of course, with the development of emergence of China, that many people go abroad to study, that's why they have widening their mindset. So with my experience, since 1996, I was in China and to start to export Malaysian wood panel, that I discovered that first, our Malaysian Chinese language, that we are very much of mix with the local languages like Malay, always with the ending words with la, And when you really want to use our Malaysian Chinese to speak in mainland China, but I would doubt it because many mainland Chinese, they will not understand us because our kind of language that have been mixed. So first we go to China, that we really have to adjust our Chinese or China Chinese. It's not the Malaysian Chinese, that if you can do it 100% Chinese words, then will be right. So in Malaysia, sometimes we mix with the English words or vocab or Malay vocab, that the Chinese people say, wow, what are you talking about? And also in China, they would rather always say that, just like the exhibition, they would prefer that, hey, if you want to do a show, a trade show, or exhibition, you got to go big, and also you got to talk big. Doesn't mean that they are bullshitting now. They will always try to find his or their competitive advantage, that if they are one of the largest manufacturer, they are the largest retail chain, he would not be shy to tell that, hey, we are the largest manufacturer of China, or we are the largest retail chain owner in the southern part of China, or we are the strongest logistic company in up north of China. Always somehow or rather you'll find the largest, the biggest, the greatest to put it into their marketing contents, in which Malaysia, we are always very shy of to tell people that how mighty we are, how big we are. Therefore, we are growing in a culture that try to be humble. So that's why we do not have that kind of mindset that always think great, talk great. So this is what comparatively to mainland Chinese, they are they would tell you all the advantages, and also they are not shy of telling that how rich they are, and also how tech they are, that always they would try to be champion. They try to be ahead of the competitors. They try to be everything. Of course, by geographically, you can look at China is big. And in terms of historical, they are deep in the history that with thousands of years of experience that, and also with almost 1.4 billion population, they are so competitive that they have to be always outspoken and standing out from their performance. Then we cross over to talk about Taiwan. Taiwan, comparatively, I would say, because of the Cultural Revolution in China those days, and Taiwan and Hong Kong has the richest heritage of the Chinese tradition that they have carried over from those days, from the ancient China. They are even much traditional Chinese thinking that the Mainland Chinese, even overseas Chinese like Singapore, Malaysia, that we always have a lot of traditional thinking and a very conventional belief in which Taiwan has embraced. Taiwanese are very polite people, and in a way also very humble. But the thing is, sometimes you really do not know what do they think about. What is their thinking after the discussion or even the meeting. So they would be so-called very courtesy, means that they will treat you nice meal, nice drinks. They will treat you with nice words, all kind of very sweet talk that they try not to confront you or not try to offend your thinking. Always they will say, 好啊好啊喝啊喝啊, or maybe in Mainland or in Fujian, the language Fujian. But they will say that, yeah, I agree with you. But deep in their mind, they would not really agree with you, but then they would not say no to you. It's very hard for Taiwanese to say no to you comparatively. So there is a bit of difference of Taiwanese. And let us talk about Hong Kong people, our Hong Kong friends. I have a great business partners in Hong Kong that we invest the factories together, and we do trading in southern China. So Hong Kong people are very straightforward. Whenever you see them, you make a meeting with them, they have 1 hour for you. They will serve you drinks, simple drinks, that we just exchange your thought. But finally, when come to a conclusion of the meeting, they will tell you the business discussion can go on, progress, or they just say, no, I don't think so. So I think in my analysis could be influenced by the British way of thinking, that they will tell you straight, So some people will feel that, wow, how come you are so straightforward? But to me, I like it because they will tell you what they are thinking. At least you can cut short all your business negotiation, your strategy, or what is the next step, to improve your business discussion. So I think that is a value of the Hong Kong people, and also the Taiwanese. They have their very humble value, as well as in China, they are aggressive. They are thinking ahead. So these are the difference between these three areas, that Mainland Chinese, Taiwanese, and Hong Kong, and Malaysian Chinese. So I think for this session, I will just share a bit of these 4 different Chinese in a different Chinese topic, in terms of their behavior, their attributes, and even their values. So in this different Chinese, I would like to share, enjoy the differences of all these look like the same, from the same people, from the same origin, same race, but because of the geographical or historical indifferences, they make people think differently. So I think for the next session, I would talk about in Singapore, in Thailand, in Indonesia, even in Philippines, Vietnam, even in Cambodia. So I would like to share with you for the next episode. See you then. Bye-bye.